Happy Freedom Day, everybody. I am celebrating today as a Freedom Day because God says so. It is such a day of freedom. It is a day that God has made, and I am so rejoiceful in it. I'm just feeling free to do what God has called me to do, free to say what God has called me to say, and I am encouraging you all to be free in what God calls you to do and what He calls you to say. It is amazing to be in His presence. It is amazing to be in the identity that He has given me, what He has given you all, that we can come together all in the identity of Christ, the identity that He gave us, that He died for, that He has risen again, right? He has risen. And I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful for all that God has done. And I'm just praying that you all have a understanding of who you are, that you stay in His presence, and that knowing that He's with you in all that you do, and to just trust God, really, just trust God, because He's never left nor forsaken you. He's never let you down. So just walk in the freedom, live in the freedom, breathe in the freedom. I pray freedom over your minds, that you don't go back to Egypt, that you don't go back to the bondage, that you stay in the joy and the peace that He has given. Because it's a blessing to be in His presence. It's a blessing that Jesus died and rose again. It is a blessing, and I can go ramble on and on of how thankful I am for freedom. And today there is just such a sound of freedom. And I want to also share, yesterday my sister took me to the movies to see the Sound of Freedom movie by the Angel Studios. It was so good. It was very divine. The timing of it, it was a sound of freedom. I just enjoyed the movie, and it gave me another light, another fire to do everything that God has called me to do. And I'm just praying that everyone else does the same. And the story on the movie with sex trafficking for young children, also continue to pray for those children, that they be free, and once they're free, that they're also free in their mind. Because when God helps and saves a people, even though they're physically free, it doesn't mean that their mind is free. So we're just praying and standing in the gap and interceding for children, for them to get free physically and mentally after getting out of those places and being saved, and praying and cover for the people that are doing the work out here and getting in the mud, getting in the dirt, really just saving children and doing it as a call on their lives to fulfill the purpose that God has given them. Everybody has different assignments. Everybody is graced with different purposes, and I'm just praying for everyone as they're walking in their assignment and their purpose, that they're covered with the blood of Jesus, that they're protected, and that they don't grow weary in well doing, because it's a daily walk with God. And I'm continue to pray for myself for, just continue to keep God first, because we can even get lost in ministry and forget our first love. And that's my prayer as well, to not forget our first love and to keep God first, because we can't do it without Him. It's impossible to do it without God, but all things are possible with God according to his purpose and plan. So He knows the latter end. He shows us the end, and we can get there as long as we follow suit and do what He leads us to do in obedience, and not to be afraid, not allow fear to interrupt what God has done and what He's doing. And we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep fighting. We're not going to give up. We're going to war in prayer, war in the way that God has given us, in the supernatural way to war, as well as those that are physically having to equip themselves to fight the good fight. But God got us. God has covered us. God has seen us. God is seeing us and watching over us and keeping us in His safe refuge. And I thank God for His safety. And let's go, y'all. We just got stuff to do. We got people to help and we're living in the joy and peaceful season, and it's everlasting. Like, this is not a season for just a time, but for a lifetime to live in joy. Like, that one song is constantly on my mind, like, hello peace, hello joy, hello peace, hello joy. I love that song. I love the peace, the joy, and no matter what, stay focused. Keep your eyes on Jesus, which is also this ministry in Hebrews 12 and 2. Fixing our eyes on Jesus, who is the author and finisher of our faith. So live in the freedom that Jesus died for. Live in the freedom that you've, warred for. And we're going to continue to do this fight and not grow weary, and keep God as number one, and watch everything fall in place. So I love y'all. Happy Freedom Day. Hear the sound of freedom, y'all. Enjoy this day. Enjoy your freedom. Peace and blessings.